All right, what up, though, y'all? We are live today on this Wednesday. We got a new series called Confessions of a Landlord with me and Reggie P. And this one is called I Know You MF in Line. What up, Reg?
What up, though?
All right, so tell people who you are, so people who might not know.
I'm Reginald Perryman. Reggie is real estate broker and investor here in Detroit.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah, that's it. That's all I got to do. Look up regiusrealestate.com. You'll find me. Or just Google Reginald Perryman.
All right, I'm like, that was quick.
Yeah, that's all that's needed.
Right. What they use the Marshawn list, y'all know why we here.
Right.
That's funny. All right, y'all. So we doing this new reaction show because some of y'all tenants be out of pocket. Like I see how the city just about to pass this thing for the slum lord slum lord landlords. I think they need to do one for slum tenants.
Yeah, it got to be a balance. Like I'm not seeing the balance how they be approaching tenants with you know what I'm saying. They becoming
Yeah,
so hard after the landlords, and I get it. It's a lot of slumlords, but then like when they was talking about the new ordinance changes, they were saying out of 82,000 properties, only about 10% of them are in compliance with the rental registration, right? But it's I want to say that number is probably screwed a little bit because it's probably thousands of people that's in the middle of the compliance process, and but it's still the owner's fault if they didn't register their property and get it up to code. But we had situations where we send the contractors out and the tenants won't let them in. So
true.
we're going back and forth for 3 weeks, 4 weeks to get the contractors in and do the work. So it's almost like the tenants will hold the property hostage. Then you go back to court. Then you like, well, the tenants aren't complying. Then they force the tenants to comply. Then you get the contractors in, but you 2 or 3 months out.
Right. Did
So
you see on Crime and the Deed about the landlord tenant thing and the landlord done killed the tenant, or I'm sorry, unalived, and he was retired DPD
oh yeah, yep. You know that's not the first time it's happened.
with a
And
cop?
no, with a cop, that's probably the first time I heard that. But I've seen disputes with landlord, and I've seen it both ways. We've seen the landlord kill the tenant, vice versa, and the tenant kill the landlord. But it's like, hey, emotions get high when people getting evicted, or it's about their money.
Yeah, and it's winter time and the
Right?
holiday time coming too. But a couple people DM me that was like they family and stuff because I ain't. They was like, "Hey, you should really talk about this side." I was like, "Well, let me get all the details first because I don't want to offend nobody. Because regardless of what happened, they still lost a loved one."
Yeah, yep.
And I'm like, "Dang, it's crazy." Because it was another one I posted. I think in New York, the city I really don't like, and they the landlord went to the tenant house to his house or whatever where the tenant was at, and then the tenant pushed him, but he ended up falling backwards down the stairs and
Yep.
hit his head and passed away. So I'm pretty sure he's going to jail or did go to jail.
Yeah, I was never a fan of going to the house to collect money, especially you have some tenants that will pay you cash. That I'm not doing that because you leave off that porch you set up before you get back to your car, and
Yep.
once they pay you and got a receipt, that money, you know what I'm saying? You can't.
Right. This is Detroit.
Yeah, so it's like, yeah, that's why they got Zelle and all those other forms of payment, direct pay and all of that, rent free. So
Hmm.
yeah, but
Yeah, I don't do that. Like, my client going through a eviction or whatever with this lady. I'm gonna post the email from because they got right to counsel now. Whatever.
right.
I think it's cool, but I think it's BS because this fool ain't paid their rent. So I don't understand what are we talking about. They talking about can is there any way that you can put this client on a payment plan? I'm sorry, she ain't paid her rent. You think she gonna pay on a payment plan?
Oh yeah, we about to see some of that now.
Oh, okay, yeah, because I ain't watched it yet, so I'm about to go and press play.
All
So
right, so we got to shout out the court nerds because that's how I seen this video. Actually, my wife was watching and she was like, "Oh, y'all got to review this one," and then she hit me up like it. She watch them all the time, and I'm like, "Yeah, that's what we go through." You know, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, shout out to the court nerds. They had this video up, so we want to review this one.
Yeah, and I'll make sure I tag them too when we done put it in the description. But this why I hire attorneys because a lot of landlords be trying to save money. Like, oh, I go to court defend myself. I don't even need to see you. There's nothing to talk about, bro.
Right. And in
Once
some courts, if your property is in the name of the LLC, you as the individual landlord, you can't represent yourself anyway. You have to have an attorney to represent your company.
that's
And
fine with me because I'm just gonna hire an attorney and y'all deal with it. Don't start texting me now trying to fix it. Nope. Once I hire that attorney, there is no more conversation between us. Zero. All right, let me go and press play. So this one is called Entitled Tenant Assumes Judge Will Negotiate Her Rent Debt. Judge quickly sets her straight. Is this in Detroit? Because we need him here. These Detroit
I
judges
will, when
trying
we
to
do the other one, we got some 36 district court ones, and we got some. It's one judge up in Lansing. She cold. She just like straightforward, no playing around. When we do that one, you gonna see a huge difference. You
All
might
right.
want to start investing up there.
Somebody sent me something in Flint. I was like, I don't buy in Flint, and I sure ain't buying no frame house in Flint.
Oh,
No disrespect to Flint. That just ain't my hood. I'm Detroit only. All right, here we go. Should I keep the screen big like this or
yeah, because so the viewers can see it.
all right, for sure.
To create the payment plan and then it's supposed to be presented to.
Okay. I don't think you all understand exactly what we're doing here.
So you just let this dumbass bitch just do that?
2405766 LT Point Woods Apartments versus Janaya Daniels, and that's Jainaijs.
These names.
Deputy Judge Cole-Geisler, P69024, on behalf of the plaintiff.
Okay, good afternoon.
That's me, Reggie and Asia.
Why she got
And what's your
I
last
got her
name?
background?
Daniels.
Okay, Ms. Daniels, let's
Oh,
see.
she got the virtual
This
background.
is today scheduled for your motion to stay proceedings. You wrote in on October 16th. You were asking for more time to pay your past due balance.
Yeah. But you see her break.
You live with judge
Fun, though.
comes responsibility, but your health played a major role in it. Getting back on track, willing to put your best foot forward and get on a payment plan if possible.
Absolutely.
Yes, ma'am.
You just started being able to work again last week.
Yes.
Thank you in advance for allowing me more time. You don't want to leave. I just need more time and I will have everything paid up. And so writ of eviction came in September, says the judgment was from October 14th. At that time, you had paid $1,800 on the judgment. And I'm trying to see how much the judgment was. It was a default judgment, meaning that you didn't appear in court at the time. And so it was a possession judgment entered for $5,564.60. If you paid $1,800 way back then on that, and this is just up to that point, that would have left on the original judgment $3,764.60. And that, since that was dated August the 14th, now we've got September in October and November. Had you made any more payments other than the $1,800?
No.
No, ma'am. They wouldn't allow me to make any more payments.
Okay, how much do you show that she's currently due
I was
now,
letting her make
adding on?
payments so you can
I have,
again.
that's to the judgment amount. If you apply that $1,800, it'd be $3,764.60.
Yeah, no, I'm showing, that's correct, that was paid, it looks like it was paid on August 9th.
So if she owed $3,764.60, how much would it break, if you can break it down, how much is it per month for August, September, for September, October, and November? Looks like it's got like gas, trash, service, water bill, various.
Pause that 1 second. So this.
Okay, well,
All right, go ahead.
This what I'll be talking about. So when I'll talk to an investor and I'm explaining to them about the court system. And this is why when we talk to investors about investing in rental properties, we say you have to be prepared. Like your numbers can't be so tight that you can't cover yourself during this period. Because like he mentioned like 3,700, she like 3 or 4 months behind at the time they went to court and got the judgment. So that means she's actually probably about 5 or 6 months behind.
Mm-hmm.
So as an investor, you sitting there with a tenant in your property that's 6 months behind on their rent, and now they're asking for a payment plan. And it's like, can you afford to hold that property for 6 months with no income, plus the eviction time? Because I guarantee you, like, if this is like here, when they get ready to evict, then you still got to get a writ. Then you got to get the bailiff to come out. You may end up being 7.5 months with no income on that property.
Yep.
And you don't want to even talk about like if they ran a water bill up, because most landlords not getting their tenants to sign an affidavit with the water department. So it's a whole tax year by the time you get paid.
Hold on, what's that beeping? That knocking noise?
Oh, I don't know.
You hear that?
Nope.
Okay, it's my side.
No.
Weird. I don't know. But anyway, so this is my issue with that. This is why a lot of people I say gonna be homeless in Detroit, because y'all don't like to pay, and everybody is switching to Section 8 or insert program here. To where they know they're gonna come on time. You more than likely go get a hopefully okay good tenant because they don't want to get kicked off Section 8, and you ain't gotta worry about that. Because that's what I'm doing. Team Section 8. If you got a voucher and you ashamed, don't be ashamed. Send me a DM. Send me a message. Oh, you want me to start it back?
Oh yeah, let's see what they got.
All right.
That's a whole lot of money to stand in $8,726.02. How you gonna pay that?
I have half of that now already.
Okay. So what's half of that?
About 4,000.
Okay, so that would leave you another $4,726.02. What's your proposal to get that paid?
This is the Popsicle.
Oh,
It's a new take on the dog toy that lets owners do amazing new things, like pre-freeze treats using homemade recipes, load refills.
I was hoping that I could get on
what'd you say?
You good.
a payment plan to pay that.
What kind of a payment plan?
Like monthly or bi-weekly.
Ma'am?
Wait, ain't rent a monthly plan?
I can't read your mind.
Say what?
Ain't rent a monthly payment plan already?
yeah, but that's my thing. Like you already on the payment plan and you already late, so you gonna always be behind, bro.
Yeah, so she $8,000 behind, and I get it. People fall on hard times, but I mean, here's the thing: if I'm 8,000 behind, I'm gonna be honest with you. Before I even get that far, I'm going to find another spot because she saved up 4,000, and I know moving itself is an inconvenience and an expense.
Mm-hmm.
But you 8,000 behind, and they had already told you they don't want your money; they just want you out. So if I'm coming up with 8,000, I'm
out of there.
Yeah, I'm out of there. I'm out of there at 3 or 4.
And I'm out of there before I got this eviction on my record.
Exactly.
But you see her hair done though.
Oh yeah, definitely for sure.
Got to keep that hair done. No priorities. And
I don't know how much you're talking about, and I don't know when. And this is your proposal, so you can't tell us more information.
Well, what will the court allow?
Nothing.
Okay, you want a payment plan. You have to propose the payments and the plan. We can't do that for you. How much are you going to pay to catch up? And when are you going to get it paid?
About $250 a month.
250?
That's not nearly enough for them to want to do this.
Pause. Did this broad say $250 like US dollars?
Yeah, because she got 4,000. So this on the flip side, like we talked about the landlord getting an attorney, right?
Yeah.
This is somebody that really could have benefited from using like legal aid or one of them, one of the free land attorney services, right? Like they always tell you can get like help, legal help. I guarantee if she would have had an attorney go there and she had $4,000, but I think in this case because they already had a default judgment and they just want her out, it probably is not much she can do now. But if she would have got when she first got served, because remember they said she didn't show up in court.
See, that messed her up too. Now you look bad.
Yeah, but if she would have got free legal counsel, if they offer it wherever she's at, and she had some assistance, she wouldn't even be in court right now. And the fact that she came up with $4,000, an attorney would have been able to get her to stay on her property or have her come up with a better exit strategy. But yeah, she said $250 a month. I'm like, man.
Well, I'm like US American dollars.
Yeah, but it's probably $250 on top of what she got to pay for rent. And if you already 8,000 behind, I don't see how
to catch up.
Yeah. Let's see what they say.
If you paying that kind of rent, baby, get your credit together. Go get you a mortgage.
Yeah, or even so. This is another thing, right? Sometimes, as a landlord, I don't know what her income is, but she probably should have never been renting a property. I don't know what the exact rental rate was. I missed that part, but she probably should have never been renting this property.
I wonder what city this in.
We could look it up. I'll have my wife pull it up and send it.
Good job, wife. She a good assistant. All right, let me start it back.
As he's shaking his head here. So you're talking about paying your regular rent on time and like carrying a $4,000 balance, which is
my man sitting behind the judge or the attorney. He sleep.
Probably so. Taking that.
Going to only pay $250 a month. So if you were to do that, that would mean it would take you
2 years,
18 months, almost 2 years to catch that up. That's probably not that reasonable.
Plus, you already late.
Well, that's just give or take.
Girl, no give or take.
Like a ballpark, I can probably pay more.
That's just me not wanting to obligate myself.
Oh, that's the friend in the background talking.
Yeah. So this the thing, right? Well, when you play it, you gonna see. I got a comment about it.
All right, I'll keep playing. That's why I want to watch them before we start, so I can get my real reaction.
Well, if you could pay more, why wouldn't you suggest that to us? Because this balance is so high. Most landlords are willing to work into a payment arrangement, but it's got to get it paid way sooner than 2 years later.
That's a lie.
I don't want to put myself into that obligation. I know my health
want to just consider finding a spot that you can start over and afford, because
this balance on top of that.
Right, but then I will owe this balance still in addition to new rent.
Well, you're gonna owe this balance still in addition to new rent. Here, it doesn't 6 of one, half of the.
So this woman of God, because I'm trying to stop saying certain words. So this woman of God think that she gonna get on the payment plan and still stay in said property for free, and they gotta keep paying the rent.
Yeah, so it's not like what she's trying to do is pay half of the 8,000 and make a payment plan for the other 4,000 and pay her rent on time. And the judge is like, well, how you gonna do that when you can't even pay the regular rent? You're gonna add another $250 on top of that. The judge just pretty much told her, if you got $4,000, you'll be better off starting over at a whole new place and going from there. But I think sometimes with even on the landlord side and the tenant side, sometimes people just want to be right instead of looking at the reality like, hey, this is just not working for me. I think she hell bent on just being right. Like, oh, I want it done my way. It ain't working out for her that way.
So you can still end up getting evicted because once you miss one payment, we're back here and now you're gonna get set out. It sounds like she's just trying to really buy more time.
Right.
But then you got the jailhouse attorney friend telling her in the background, and then she loud.
Yeah.
I'm like, the judge don't hear her?
Yep.
Oh God. All right, let me keep playing because I'm about to get mad.
One or the other. It's the same problem, whether you move out or whether you stay here. The difference being, if you move out,
stay here.
I cannot afford.
Okay, ma'am, I would rather you stay there too. But you signed a contract that said how much money you were able to pay for rent. And I understand things happen, and you're really behind. It's not like you're behind 1 month, you're behind 3 months.
I'm sick.
I know, I'm aware of that, but I'm sick. I have renal disease.
Okay. Well, listen, I get that.
You need to go for
Medicaid. I can't make this arrangement. The landlord's going to have to agree to it. I'm just trying to get the information. And I don't know of any landlords that say, okay, you can just stay here because you're sick. And even though I appreciate the fact that you ill things.
Pause. Now, is she really, pause. Is she really sick or she's sick?
What she said, she had renal disease or something. I couldn't really hear, but
yeah,
I know her friend ear jabbing in her ear a little bit too much. Yeah.
Because I'm gonna need some medical proof, like some doctor. What's your doctor? Because they can verify that you have appointments. Now they can't probably disclose other stuff due to HIPAA laws, but who's the doctor so I can look them up?
Right, and that's the thing. And like again, I say she would have benefited from having an attorney because she listening to her friends. She can't even hear the judge. And just the fact when she was like, well, I'm trying to do a payment plan or make arrangements, the judge is like, you have to propose that. An attorney would have proposed something that would have made more sense. But yeah, this crazy. I mean,
and even if you are technically sick, well, you need to either be in some type of place where that covers that, where you can afford while you sick and to take care of yourself. You ain't got no family to go stay with. Like you just trying to live for free.
Right.
And if you are sick, you not paying your rent and about to get evicted should be making you more sick because now you stressed.
Yeah, but if you got $4,000, like the judge said, you might be better off just starting over.
Yeah.
Like if her rent, I'm assuming because she's that far, her rent probably just over $1,000, right? She can take that $4,000, go get a new spot, but it's probably gonna be hard for her now because now she got this eviction on her record.
Yeah.
But I know some family members that'll let you stay with them. You come in with $4,000 for a long.
Yeah, you got at least 6 months.
Yeah, so
now you might be on the couch, you ain't gonna have your own space, but you got a roof.
You can give up your daughter's room for $4,000.
I like my peace too much. I'm sorry that's happening to you, but you can't stay here.
That's funny.
Because then I'm gonna have to evict you if you getting evicted out of your own place.
Yep. I think you had scrolled it back by mistake.
Oh, I did?
Go back. Yeah, I think we was up.
Oh, yeah, I see the little line.
Yeah.
Stay proceedings.
Oh, it went all.
You wrote in
all the way back. We was further up by.
Yeah, by the 1800. It'd be 3760.
They say 3 minutes. We was way farther than that.
Yeah, we was way up. Probably somewhere in there.
But it's not up to me, and it's up to the landlord to make the decision to bend the terms of your contract and let you catch up on it. And they were shaking their head here. $250 a month was just not enough.
Okay.
If you could propose something like maybe $1,000 a month, they might go with that.
Right.
Okay.
Now you're
okay. With that being said, can I have someone advocate for me?
If they're a lawyer, yes.
Wait a minute, ain't that too late?
No, she had an attorney. It is not too late because they're in court. But like the judge said, if they're an attorney, see this where when we be talking to people about like deeds or purchases and all of that, and people be listening to people on the street. Or my cousin said, or my brother did this, or my boy said it. That stuff don't fly in court. So like, she's sitting there listening to her friend, and her friend got her all screwed up.
Yeah, her friend must have took 1 or 2 criminal classes or something.
Now her friend probably got evicted a couple times.
Professional tenants, I'm telling you.
Exactly.
I make sure I don't go back. All right, there.
Okay.
Nobody else can speak for you.
Okay, so
Look at crazy. So who is this?
So my thing is
Got a
with
glamour. Hold
the
on.
landlord is
Hold on. Her hair done and she got a glamour holiday bag.
Yeah. He said,
it's not like I haven't been trying to pay them. I've been trying to give them payments, but they won't accept any because they were saying that they can
They
only
don't
accept
have
the
to.
full balance.
They don't have to.
So that's it, the
Now,
only
we're
reason
here
why the
now.
balance is
I
even so
get
high.
that part. But we're here now to talk about
Hold
it.
on. So she blaming the landlord because they don't want to take your ill-begotten money.
right. Because after a certain period, once you go to court, I think because in this case they had like a default judgment, and in a lot of courts or most judges, once they accept payment, then that kind of starts the clock over again. So they rejecting the money because they want her out, and they can probably come back after her later for the balance due, but they just want her. Sounds like they just want her out of the property.
You know me, I take tax returns.
Right.
I'm gonna get paid, baby. I like the surprise.
In my courtroom, in court, we can accept whatever I tell them to accept that we agree upon. Now that's their policy out there on the complex. They want all of it, and I get it. But we're here to talk about what you can afford, and maybe we could give you a payment arrangement that's acceptable to counsel.
Judge, this is her motion. I'm going to assume to set aside the original default. But she hasn't given any.
She's not trying to set it aside. She wants a payment arrangement on it.
Understood, but we have a judgment, properly executed judgment. She hasn't paid. The amount is now almost $3,000 more than the original judgment. We would like to dismiss her motion and have it read, executed.
So what are you saying then? You don't want a payment arrangement with them?
No, not at this point. Just look at the amount where we are. It's going up and up. And the proposal originally was $250. It's just not going to work, Judge.
Are you able to propose more than $250?
Tell them. What you could tell them is that's why you're in a meeting. You're asking them what they suggest so you can catch up.
Loud.
If they give you an amount, you'll have it. You don't want to give yourself obligation. You don't want to put yourself under the obligation or your health risk. You don't want to say, okay, well, I'll give you.
Why she talking so loud?
So her friend just told her, you don't want to give them amount because you don't want to obligate yourself to pay. Because she said 250. So the judge is like, come up with something that's more reasonable, right? Because it's going to take you 18 months to catch up on the back rent. Plus, you're going to be paying 18 months of the current rent. So her friend is like, yeah, you don't want to give an amount because you don't want to obligate yourself to paying it.
And then the friend loud as hell. Like she talking to her like they on the phone with just them.
And then her friend talking to her like this her daughter or something. You know what I'm saying? Like she just sitting there dumb, like she don't understand none of this, which she probably don't. I'm not gonna call her dumb, but her friend giving her advice is just the blind leading the blind at this point.
My thing is, how the judge don't hear this lady talking as loud as she talking and ain't telling her like, hey, who are you? What's your attorney information? Okay, you need to be quiet. I would have threw the case out just off that.
Yeah.
Guilty. Get her up out of here. Next.
Guilty.
I think this would be a great judge show, like the Steve Harvey judge show. Have you ever watched that?
Yeah.
That judge is we would be great judges up there. Great. Like if they did an eviction court show like this and they appointed us judges, I'm putting everybody out. Nope, I don't care. Next.
I'll be fair because it is some slum landlords out there, but you gotta come with some pictures and some video of the house.
The actual house, because you could have Googled them images.
Yeah, and then it can't be no stuff because you neglected it. It got to be actually the landlord's fault.
Yeah, because then I'm like, landlord, show me your house the day she moved or he moved in.
Right.
I'm like, this ain't even the same angle. What? This ain't even the same house, ma'am. Oh, you're a liar? You're lying? Out of here. Next. And I'm gonna be dramatic. Had a bailiff jump him up out of there, everything.
Right.
We're gonna get all the views. Watch.
This amount and then you cannot produce it. So you tell me what it is that I need to do.
Okay. So moving forward, can you tell me what I need to do?
Yeah, paid 8,000. The amount that's on the list.
Pay 8,000.
I don't know.
He said, tell me what I need. She said, tell them to tell me what I need to do. And then she was like, yeah, well, tell me what I need to do. And then the attorney was like, yeah, $1,000. It's hilarious.
She like, tell me what I need to be like. Yes, you can pay the $8,000 balance or you can get the hell on. Oh my God.
This crazy.
That's why I ain't no attorney, dog. That's why I'm not no attorney. Oh, Jesus.
I put money into escrow so we can come up.
Okay, is that including the money that I put in escrow already?
Now, the money you put in escrow, let's see. Can you look it up there?
There's $1,440.
It better not be
There's another $1,440 in escrow. And
wait, how much was the escrow?
$1,400 or something.
Oh, I thought you said 400. I'm like,
Dave
man.
Porter said, I'm dead.
her balance is $8,726.02. Ma'am?
Ask him to repeat it.
You would still owe with your money that you said you have of $4,000.
Oh no! So she think that little $1,400 about to put a dent in that $8,000?
That's crazy.
Girl, goodbye.
Plus the escrow of $1,440. Your balance right now would be $3,286.02.
This is the coolest innovation of our lifetime. The world's first titanium nonstick pan. It's gonna blow your hair back. The nonstick surface is...
Okay.
Tell them, ask them if you can get on 400. Do you do 400 and 500?
Yeah.
Pause. So we gonna go from 250 to 400?
Right. That she don't want to be obligated to pay, right?
Why are you listening to this fool?
Hey. That's another thing. I be telling people going to court is different than arguing on the street. You know, her friend, you probably used to just talking to people on the street, and I'm like, it don't work like that.
So, I'm sorry, I'm doing the math.
No, you ain't.
Could we do like $400 a month?
Well, if you did that,
hold up. Her friend, clear as day, with everybody listening, said 400. Tell them you can do $400 a month. Then she said, "Wait a minute, hold on. I'm trying to do the math." What she said, this crazy. That's crazy. Hey, I'm telling you, court on Zoom is completely different. It's no way. If she was sitting, you see that desk on the left side, left of the attorney?
Yeah.
Attorney on the right side. It's no way in heck her friend would be sitting there talking out loud like that while they was right there in court. It's
I don't even think the friend will be allowed in there because this look like, I don't know what year this from, but if it's COVID, you really can't just have anybody up in there.
Yeah, Zoom court is something different, boy. People in there with their pajamas and bonnets on and just arguing at the judge all type of ways. This ridiculous.
Dog.
Wait, let me do the math. Okay, what she just said.
It's a couple judges that follow me, but I don't know what kind of judges they. I'm about to deal like, hey, this will make great TV, dog. We will blow you up. I'm telling you.
Oh man, this is ridiculous. She said, "Oh,
Where she at? I got 5 on it.
wait, let me do the math."
So you went from 250 to 4, so you went up $150. Oh my
Hey,
god!
I wonder if her friend live with her. Cause ain't no way somebody giving me this much advice and they not helping me pay the rent.
Ain't no way. Well, if she is paying, she only giving her the $450, and the rent was what, $1,800.
Probably was trying to give her that $250.
What she gonna do with that? That's what she's been on them braids she got. Dog, this is hilarious.
8 months to catch up, and you still have to be paying your regular rent.
That's fine.
And I don't think they want to go that far out. You're gonna have to come up with something that takes care of it within a couple of 2-3 months, I would say.
Supposed to do
2 or 3 months.
Tell them you
So she don't put her whole hand in the camera.
Just no respect.
No, don't put her whole hand there. First it was just a finger here and there. Now it's her whole hand. And she talking about some. I'm with the judge. I wouldn't even give you 3 months, girl. You got 30 days. I wouldn't actually give her no time because she done been in there however long she done been in there already and behind. Get up out of my house, bro. Possession now.
That's crazy.
put that money in escrow, have your half. They need to work with you. You're
They
sick.
don't need, bro. They don't need to do a goddamn thing. Don't nobody care that you sick. They do not care.
They need to collect $8,000 is what they trying to do. This
Today, and you still gotta leave. They want their bread, and you still gotta leave, bro. And now you about to have an eviction on your record and on your credit if they report to the credit agency.
You know what? This is the
11
same.
minutes and 40 seconds ago, we don't want no payment plan, and she's still trying.
This the same type of friend that during when everything was on lockdown, they had all them eviction hoes. This the same type of friend that probably would have told her, "You don't have to pay your rent. You just gotta," you know what I'm saying? Giving her bad advice. Now she in a situation. Her friend probably trying to help her out, call herself helping her out of the situation, but it's crazy.
Not a real friend, because the real friend be like, "Girl, pay your damn bills, or you gonna be homeless." I mean, in the discussion.
Her friend want that 4,000.
Yeah, they trying to go turn up.
Yeah.
Well, I can't force anybody to work with her. The landlord doesn't want to work with her at all. I'm trying to see if we can come up with something that they could live with.
$400 on top of the payment is already is that's not taking 3 years, 2 years. It's not taking that much to pay back, and that's give or take. So that means she could still pay more. She just don't want to give that legal obligation to herself because she know that she's sick.
Well, so if she doesn't want to, she's gonna get. This is not good enough.
She's still paying.
What y'all don't understand?
I don't think you all understand exactly what we're doing here.
Hold on, Judge. The hell if they all understand she is not the tenant.
Right. She's probably just trying to give her the benefit of the doubt, but I don't. I mean, come on now.
See,
if you owe $8,000, right? With not even the tools and fuels, you owe $8,000, and you already have $5,000, 5,000 plus, right? So that's only $3,000. So if you split that up in a 6-month payment, you'll only be paying almost $500.
No.
Almost $500.
Didn't the judge say you need to pay this in 2 to 3 months? And didn't the attorney say we don't want your payment plan? Y'all trying to force something that these people said. They said 12 minutes and 43 seconds ago, we don't want that. Y'all ain't gonna stress me.
All you doing is taking.
What you say, Red?
Oh, that's hilarious.
A couple dollars off. If you pay a couple dollars more, then I don't understand how that's so hard.
I don't understand how you don't understand.
Rent. I could see if it's under, contentious, you can't pay this or that. Okay, eviction, you got to go immediately. But if you're paying your money and on top of the rent and then what you owe, I don't understand. They're still getting their money.
What you probably aren't getting is that she has a written contract that says she's supposed to pay a certain amount per month, and because she's in breach of the contract, So they're not obliged to take
what was the money in the escrow for?
What you want. They can tell you that they might take something. I would.
But if you're if you can't,
you gonna cut the judge off?
You don't even have the right to talk in this case.
Thank you.
I'm just talking
about damn time.
So why don't you propose, Miss Daniels, something more than $400 a month? Maybe $400 every 2 weeks. That would be $800 a month. Maybe they would take that.
They not, bro. They say
if you can do it. Don't propose something you can't do because you're gonna get evicted anyway.
That's why.
Right. That's why
it's better than monthly.
Right, but that's why we trying to figure out what to do in this case.
Move. Figure that out. Move.
I'm open to suggestions.
I just suggested try paying something bi-weekly. Maybe that would work. Because if you pay $400 bi-weekly, that would be $800.
That's really
right.
And if you divided $800 into your figure, it only takes 4 months.
Did the jailhouse attorney say that's real aggressive?
Right. So I'm gonna call them hood attorneys. Jailhouses attorneys actually been in jail, right? They done read all the law books from the law library. But she just the hood attorney that's found few things on Google or Instagram and through their cousin and them, because she was like, you paying a little twos and fews, and I'm like, come on. This ridiculous. And then she talking all over the judge. It ain't even her case.
The judge should have been told her to be quiet. Like, man, we need to exit. Like, or I would have automatically canceled or adjourn, however the wording is, for this. Like, you know what? Case closed. You got this, whoever she is. She ain't even know attorney that you listening to, and she guiding you all type of wrong. Yo, a matter of fact, man, what's your name? So I can reach out to your landlord as well. Go and get you put out.
So the good thing I like about court actually being on Zoom now, a lot of these cases, is because before, like, I was having clients and they'll be like mom and pop clients. I think this attorney is representing like a complex or something. Mm-hmm. And I'm telling these mom and pop landlords, like, look, you gotta be firm. Like, okay, you let somebody get a month behind or whatever. You have to be firm on following the rules of your contract and the terms of your contract, which is your rental agreement, and file your court paperwork as soon as possible. Because if this was an individual mom and pop, I feel sorry for her and she's sick, and then that person trying to talk to her friend, they'll be all confused. This would be $18,000 in back rent. You know what I'm saying? So
she ain't gonna never leave, and I don't know what state they in. Like, now she gonna become a squatter. Like, bro, get out, give me possession. That attorney, that landlord would have been better off like, hey, give me the keys, I'll wipe your balance clean or something. But then you want to not show up in court, so that already make you look bad from the jump. Like, man, that's why. Like, some people been telling me I need to run for city council. Ain't no way. Ain't no way I can be no city council. I'm too outspoken.
Hey, we had some outspoken. You be calling people Shrek.
Facts. Or I'd be like my man, rest in peace from Flint.
Oh yeah. God. Yeah.
But when I was up on TikTok till like 6 a.m, laughing.
They got a best of video of him on YouTube.
Oh, I gotta find that.
Yeah, I'll send you the link.
I'm gonna be laughing. I already know that. I will read all the comments, and I think we almost done. If I don't know more crazy stuff come up.
Oh, it's gonna get crazy.
Okay, so should I go and speak with the leasing office?
How can you withdraw your money from escrow?
Well, you can always speak with your leasing office.
Right.
Right now, the lawyer only has whatever authority he has. The leasing office can do anything they want. The problem is they seem to have told him, at least as of right now, that they don't want to do anything.
Okay, so can I withdraw the money from escrow?
No.
What do you mean, can you withdraw it?
No.
Y'all not working with me.
They money, bro.
Do I get the money back if I can't get anybody?
No. In order to secure, they have a judgment of possession. And the law says you're stopping them from getting possession. They're entitled to the escrow because you owe back rent. So this is going to go to them regardless.
Yep.
It's going to cut down the amount you would ultimately owe.
Therapy has always been such a scary idea to me because I simply did not know where to get started. Didn't know how to find my person. I did not know.
Hold on, what'd you say?
I said we need some better help therapy.
Right after watching this mess.
Escrow payment. That is what it's for. She's
right. So, okay. So, from my understanding, the way that this is supposed to work is the judge is supposed to
why she keep going
create a payment plan, and then it's supposed to be presented to.
No. That's not how it works.
Girl,
I don't create payment
plans. Hold up.
You have to agree.
Duh.
She said the way this is supposed to work is the judge is supposed. How you gonna go to court and tell the judge the way this is supposed?
Duh. What is going on?
I'm not God.
I could have been the judge.
I'm scared to buy rental properties again.
That's why I'm on Section 8. I don't want no regular tenants. Section 8 me, please. You need you need to be clean. Don't smoke in my house. Don't have no kids writing with crayons on the walls, and we ain't gonna have no problems. Anything go wrong, I'm gonna fix it. Just take care of my house.
You know what? Like I know we as the city and the government, they have to protect tenants and tenants' rights, right? But I think there needs to be more education for the tenants on understanding, like, this is what you sign and this is the outcome. I mean, it's clear as day. You don't pay your rent, you get evicted. Most adults understand that, right? But if you don't pay your rent, here's the court process. Here's how you go about doing things. And I'm pretty sure she had some type of free legal aid available to her. Like, this just crazy. Oh my God.
No, I'm stressed out, and this ain't even my tenant.
Hey, Rotten Podcast said I'm making a Tubi movie called Move.
Yeah, one of my clients a big Tubi star. I'm gonna tell him, like, bro, your first director film need to be that, and I need to be the judge. Let me be the judge in the movie, please. And then you could be the judge too, Reggie, or the bailiff.
I would be the landlord.
Yeah, I want to be the judge, so I can just hit my gavel.
I'm gonna be the landlord, but y'all not gonna get professional Reginald Perryman. Y'all gonna get Reg.
Y'all gonna get North End, Westminster, and Oakland, Asia, baby. What you talking about?
You gonna get HP class of 91 Reg.
For sure.
God, dog. She said the way it's supposed to go is the judge is supposed. I can't. Yeah, if they was in court doing and saying that, this would be a whole different show.
Listen, I'm gonna rewatch this with my daddy when I go down there, and I know he gonna be cracking up. Cause my dad, old school, like when we used to have all our rentals in the South, they would go collect.
Right.
So now I be like, hey, you can't do that now. No, them days are gone. Heck no.
What you created and you propose it to the landlord. They either agree or disagree. I'm a neutral person in the center, just trying to help both sides come up with something that you could live with. And right now you have not proposed anything they seem to be able to live with. That's the problem. I don't create payment plans. It's not my contract. You have a contract with your landlord, not me.
Exactly.
And I can't change the terms of the agreement. Only the landlord can.
I have health.
Okay, I can't afford $800 extra dollars a month.
Okay, well then, man, we're gonna have
to
go ahead and deny your
motion
about? Today.
Pause.
That's the only thing we can do.
No, you're going to figure it out. Let it go.
Okay.
I don't understand why she. Hold on.
I'll do that. Thank you.
I don't understand why she even showed up to court. Why did you come to court today, ma'am?
This crazy.
Why did you come to court? You already didn't show up the first time. Go and take that default. You could have still been up 4,000 and been living somewhere else by now.
Yep.
About to get evicted out of there. Jeez Louise.
Never seen nothing like it in my life.
Never. Ain't no way I could be no judge.
And do you have a writ pending? On what date was that writ?
I think it's in the system. I'm not sure the timing of it.
That's not what you want to do. You're not about to
But
lose
that's
that.
not. That's not what I want to do.
It ain't about what you want to do.
Well, ma'am, the law is not on your side on this one.
Because you're not
I'm
listening.
so sorry.
Put
The
your
order of
folder
eviction
up,
was
put it
presented
in,
on September 17th.
Because you're not about to just lose your money.
We still have time, man.
What?
Yeah.
Thank you,
So
Judge.
the writ, just put on there, writ,
If you it's going toward what you're doing.
Oh, this in DC. I see it in the corner.
Yeah. So he already packing up. He kind of like, why are we still here discussing it? Like we already got it written everything.
Yeah, like he done put his pen in his little breast pocket and put his folder under his arm. It's time to go.
Yeah, once an attorney pack up their trapper keeper, it's a wrap. Like, he like, we gone.
Now I gotta go find me a trapper keeper.
All right.
Hold on, it's almost done.
You just hear them add that money in.
I signed it on October 3rd. So writ dated October
Right.
3rd
So
may be executed.
Thank you, Judge. Have a good week.
All right, thank you.
Ain't nothing else to talk about.
All right, that'll conclude this matter.
So you just let this dumbass bitch just do that?
Oh,
it's not.
Oh, dog. She called the judge a dumbass bitch.
Hey, we won that back.
And then she goes, so you gonna let this dumbass bitch just do that? She a judge, bro.
Hey. God damn.
May be executed.
Thank you, Judge. Have a good week.
All right, thank you. All right, that'll conclude this matter.
So you just let this dumbass bitch just do that? It's not.
Bro. Ain't no way. I hope the judge go back and find this and put, what's that, insubordinate or something like that? Now you done got yourself in trouble. Like get your kids called on CPS, everything.
That's crazy. I never seen nothing like that.
Dog. You know who else we need to add to this? Posse.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna reach out to him, see when we do the next game he come on here.
Hey, Zoom court something different, boy. I'm telling you.
Oh my goodness, this is crazy. All right, let's read some of these comments. I was so frustrated at the judge for not piping up. Man, yeah, I would have been told her to shut up. She was letting her make it.
Yup. Hey, she said, Judge Simpson court. He here in Michigan. He ridiculous. He had some crazy landlord tenant cases. We gonna have to review.
All right, we gotta do that one next then.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you want to just do random ones in general or we just do Detroit, but it don't matter to me.
Yeah, it's a lot of Detroit out there. I'm gonna find something for Detroit. The only thing with Detroit though, you gotta be ready because you're gonna see some faces you know. I watched when I seen somebody I know, and I was like, wait a minute, no.
It can't be.
Because you know it be people like it's a whole some people be saying they sovereign citizens. And they go to court saying like I'm not the individual and this and that. So yeah, those are very interesting. But yeah.
Right, she was not trying to even press the mute button. I'm like, dog, what is going on? And then she got her virtual background going on, her camera going in and out. So I guess her phone was ringing or something. I don't know. Oh my God.
Yeah.
They want the whole thing. Exactly. Girl, all my rent. In Detroit, the judge would have been shut that down basically at the door. Not always. Some of these Detroit judges be like, oh, don't let it be the winter time. And then they come in there with that single mama story. Like one of my clients dealing with her tenant telling me I'm a single mom. Girl, your kids is grown. What are you talking about? Them kids
I'll be like, your son 32, I'll be hooping with him at LA Fit.
I seen your son the other day grocery shopping. What was you talking about?
Right.
By himself. Got in the car all by himself, parallel parking and everything. That's a grown man, young lady.
Right.
Like, bruh. Let me see some more. Oh, we said about the Tubi.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the one you were talking about, Judge Simpson?
Yeah, we're gonna have to check them out.
Contempt. That's what it would have been, contempt of court. I'm like, want to be something?
Yeah. See, I got a little hood attorney in me, so I ain't know all the legalese language.
See, all I know is Judge Judy, Judge Mathis, and Judge Joe Brown. That was my show, but I used to get them folks together.
Right. I know right from wrong, what not to say in court.
I do know if I don't pay my rent, I'm gonna get evicted.
Yeah, and I know not to call the judge a dumb.
Hey, dog, what are you talking about?
Eve.
Hold on, let me hit the Instagram comments. Now
That's
she's telling the job. Right. Now she's telling the job how to do their job. Exactly.
right.
So
she said how it's supposed to work is the judge. Oh my God.
Girl, goodbye.
But what was the funniest part was when she was like, tell him you could pay $400. And she was like, wait, let me do the math. I think I can pay $400.
I wonder if they go back and watch themselves, like, ma'am.
I think the judges do. I don't think the tenants do. They probably do now more than they used to, but I don't think they be really paying attention like that.
Somebody said they going back and forth from the attorney already said they don't want to pay. They said that from the gate. When the case first opened, they said we just want the possession of the property back. We don't want no payment plan. For 18 minutes of our time that she done wasted and this judge they done wasted. You still trying to do, and then you gonna call her a dumbass bitch because they don't want to do what you want because you didn't pay your bills.
Yep.
Girl, goodbye.
Man.
I said, go ahead and just pack it up, my baby. Exactly.
Right.
Just baby, just move. Right. You should have been moved. You would be up the money that you then she gonna ask about the money in escrow. Like, do I at least get that back? No, ma'am. No refunds here.
Once you 3 months behind, you probably just need to move.
Once you 1 month behind, like another one of my clients got a tenant. She ain't paid. The last rent she done paid was July.
Right.
July, August. And she was already behind from then because she been paying here and there. And I was like, couldn't be me. You too nice for me. He's like, but she a mom. So the mama no rent due.
I'm a dad. Like,
I'm an auntie.
I was a single dad for years. Ain't nobody give me no break.
I'm a TT.
Right.
I'm a dog mom. I'm like, bro, what is you talking about?
Yeah, somebody kick you and your dog out.
Me and Hawk, I'll be on the corner with a little bucket.
I had a bailiff. We were doing an eviction on one of my properties, and a bailiff, they send their guys in there to start throwing stuff out into the dumpster, and the ice cream truck came. So he stopped the ice cream truck and was giving all my tenant kids ice creams. And I'm like, that was nice, but that's kind of ruthless at the same time. Like, here, eat these while I kick your mama out. While I sit y'all PlayStation out.
It actually look, he was kind of smart.
Yeah.
Because if you think about it, ease the pain of them dealing with that. Like, while y'all eating ice cream, let me go and set y'all out so y'all distracted.
Yeah. Because that's embarrassing. Then all your friends out on the street, it was middle of summer, to everybody out playing. Yeah.
You know what would be funny? I seen this one video. This was a couple months ago on TikTok. Somebody got evicted, and then the people walking up taking the stuff.
Yeah.
Because once you technically sit it on the curb, it's a free fall. But so I wanted to kind of go over that what I was telling you about before we went live about the landlord tenant issue with the retired cop. So somebody DM'd me, come to find out that was their family. And they were saying that because she was like, hey, I think this would be good for you to go over on the show.
The tenant or the cop or the landlord?
She related to the tenant.
Oh wow!
Because she had sent it to me, and she like, this would be a good topic for you to talk about on the show. And then she came back the next day like, Asia, dang, like I just found out that was my cousin. And kind of they said something about the paperwork that the landlord had or the retired DPD cop had wasn't legit. It was on the news. I'm gonna see if I can pull it up, the video, because it was on the news last night too.
Yeah, because you can't. So the one thing about being a landlord or a tenant, once you start getting emotional about it, and I get it, it is an emotional thing, and it's money involved. But as a landlord, if your paperwork not right, the court's gonna chew you up. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm big on just hiring an attorney and let them do it.
Me
And
too.
taxing on their attorney fees. But if you slip up on your paperwork, that can cost you the court date. You didn't got to court and they throw it out. And then next thing you know, you got another 30 days before your next court date because you got to file the paperwork right. It's a headache.
Yeah, I found it. So here you go. Tenant fatally shot by landlord, a retired Detroit police sergeant during this dispute. So here you go. Good old.
Find Law is the place for all
And
things
it's an
legal.
attorney ad right
You can
on
find an
time.
experienced
Right.
lawyer in your area
They tell
using the
you need
largest
an
directory
attorney
in the
to
U.S. Create
Right.
vital estate planning forms or start your
You can't
business
skip
using our
either.
easy
I'm a mute.
Oh, I'm glad this was planned too. It's a landlord tenant case where the tenant was disputing. This was after like a year. The tenant was disputing the lease agreement because the landlord had got the lease agreement from online through like one of those platforms, and the tenant kept saying, "Well, the forms say California." You know how I had the template information at the bottom.
Yeah.
The judge was trying to point out to him, like, no, but the contract and the address shows property in Detroit. It don't matter where the form was generated from. But the tenant, in his mind, thinking because it was from California, he had a case. But it was simply just that was the only reason he was even in court. So, yeah, just get a real attorney, get your paperwork right.
Listen, that like everybody be getting on me. Look, I'm a black. They call me the black and white gangster. What that contract say, baby? I don't care what we discuss.
Right.
What did we both sign?
Yeah, because that's what's gonna hold up in court.
Every time. Hold on, let me let this play.
Sorry, Barnum.
Was being evicted, and the landlord is a retired Detroit police sergeant. This all taking place on Kentfield Street near Evergreen and West Grand River on Detroit's west side. 7 News Detroit reporter Brett Cast has been on the story since it broke early this evening.
Why they got this right here? The little gun thing.
Oh, man.
Channel 7, what is we doing?
Well, tonight he has an update on what we're learning about what may have led to the fatal shooting.
The dumpsters out in front, signs of an eviction
Oh,
underway,
no, not the happy
where a
birthday
dispute between the
balloon.
landlord and a tenant turned deadly just after 2 p.m.
Be advised, we're getting a GSW priority one for a GSW. The female caller says that her boyfriend has been shot.
Detroit police confirming it was the landlord who
Hey,
shot the
hold
tenant,
on
a
before
man
we
in his
see
40s.
this, right?
Yeah.
So when you was first telling me about this, in my mind, I had it like he went to probably collect his rent and they got into it.
That's what I thought at first too.
Yeah, but the dumpster already full. That means the rent was already issued, the bailiff was there, and everything was already set out. So I'm curious to see what the sometimes I don't know, people ego get in the way, but I'm curious to see what the argument was about.
You know what I honestly thought at first? I thought that, and then I thought, I was like, well, if the dumpster there already, maybe once the landlord had got possession, and then the tenant came back, on some crazy stuff, and maybe attacked the landlord, and then he shot him. But they said the man was unarmed, so unless he attacked him, like charged at him, that's what I thought. But I don't think that was the case. I'm not sure.
Hey, look, I'm telling you right now, once I get a certain age, and I'm telling you, at a certain age, if you armed and you can't defend yourself, you 75, 80, and this young boy coming up at 30, you got to defend yourself. So it ain't no more fist fighting when you 75. I don't know how old this.
It ain't no fist fight, no matter how old you are now. The sad part, because if you win the fist fight, they coming back shooting.
When I hear retired, I know he's late 60s, early 70s or older. So yeah,
He might be in his 50s. Ain't no telling, but we about to see. But I think he got arrested too. So let's see.
Died at the hospital. Police also say the tenant was unarmed.
He was shot multiple times, and there was a landlord-tenant dispute that led to the actual shooting.
Detroit police also confirmed the landlord, a man in his 50s, is a former DPD sergeant who retired.
I told you, I was like, he probably in his 50s if he retired too.
8 years ago and is now in custody.
The shooter has been taken into custody, a firearm has been recovered, and a warrant will be submitted tomorrow to the Wayne County Prosecutor's Office for consideration.
Sources also confirmed to 7 News Detroit that the landlord had a valid CPL, and officers went to the home earlier that day to serve an eviction notice. Off camera, the victim's girlfriend told me they had disputes with the landlord over the home's living conditions and were already planning to move out on their own. Court records in this case date back to August, with an eviction notice filed in early November, as more investigation is underway.
Homicide is here, and they're going to do a thorough investigation like they always do.
And late this evening, we did also reach out to the lawyer representing the...
So they said the eviction documents was first filed, and this is off topic of the situation, but it was the eviction documents was filed back in August, and then they didn't get the eviction. What was it in November?
I think
they probably didn't get the written to the end. Yeah, so so they ordered the eviction. So it was
3 months.
That's 3 months, and this just happened, right?
This just happened yesterday.
Yeah, so the dumpster's there. So you got 4 months total before the people was out, and she said they was planning on moving anyway. Sometimes, I'm not saying it's not justified, but I'm saying like sometimes you just can't let stuff linger on because tensions build up, right?
Yeah.
So it's like if you was planning on moving anyway because the property condition was bad, and I understand it's hard to find a place to rent sometimes, but it's like if you getting evicted, then that means you wasn't paying rent. And 4 months later, this man probably was pissed off, so he already showed up there. And if they was talking stuff to him or threatening him or whatever, he probably was angry before he even got to the door.
Yeah, because I had one of my clients show up for a visit because he FaceTimed me. I'm like, bro, why are you there? I was like, but since you there, go and pull that phone out and record, because that's going to go crazy on YouTube. And that video went viral on his Instagram page, too.
Yeah, like I when the bailiff come, I'm there, of course, because they want their money, and you gotta make sure the dumpster there. I know a couple bailiffs, they actually got they guys that they know that got dumpsters, so they'll be like, "You gonna get your dumpster? You want us to get it?" And I'll be like, "Y'all get it." This way, I know it's there, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I show up, and they say, "Do you still want to complete the eviction?" I say, "Yeah." They ask me questions about the tenant, like. They went in one house, and the tenant, her sons, they had a 9 in there and a shotgun, and he didn't tell me what the other gun was that they had upstairs. But it was just like, yeah, he asked me questions because they want to know for their own safety before they go in there, like, what's the situation like? And you don't know all the time, but sometimes they want to know a little bit about the people that's living there, if it's a squatter or if it's a tenant. Or whatever the situation is. And
yeah, because in my client situation, she paid me some gas money to just do a ride. But I was like, I'm not getting out. I'm not walking around. I'm parking 4-5 houses down the street.
Yep.
Now that big black gone, people don't know what car I'm in. So I just went and did a nice little video, showed that they were still there. Had a new car in the driveway, by the way.
Yep.
But I have a new car too. I ain't paid my rent in 6-7 months. At least you should.
Man, you know how many big screen TVs we didn't put in dumpsters?
I wonder if the bailiffs be taking some of that stuff like, damn, this nice.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, it's been a lot of big screen TVs and dumpsters. And then the other reason I'm there is because once I talk to the bailiff and we settle out everything, I'll leave and have like my contractors there or my preservation guys. So it's like once the house and they done, yeah, I need them on it, like securing everything, nailing the doors shut, making sure all the windows locked down, everything.
Yep.
And we can go back and start to clean up and painting.
That's why I told my client, I was like, make sure your insurance got fire protection in case they want to get a little match happy.
Yep.
Which is fine because you're gonna get a check. And then I was like, also the day of the eviction, let me know so dogs can be there.
Yep.
So as soon as they clean the house out and you get possession, they can secure it, and then you ain't got to worry about them breaking back in or nothing. Because that happened too. They didn't secure the house and they done broke back in. Now they got a squatting situation.
Yeah, either that or if you're not gonna put dogs on it, sometimes I have my guys there and I'm like, man, if the furnace decent, pull that furnace, hot water tank, we gonna winterize this boy and just secure it.
Yeah, because if they come back in there, they ain't gonna stay long because they can't stay warm.
Yeah, because it's 5 degrees outside. So
I had one client. He did that and he took all the windows out.
yeah, I have people do that. Take some of the windows out on each floor.
He took all of them out.
Yeah, because sometimes you'll get squatters in there, and they'll move in. They'll just start, especially if you got a fireplace. They'll just start burning the fireplace.
Mm-hmm.
Burning stuff in the fireplace and stay there a few days. But yeah.
Or years, like the people next door, Parker. I think they just got out maybe a year ago. They had been there for years.
Yup. Or if they cool with the neighbors, they'll run them extension cords.
True, because they trifling. They was defecating in garbage bags and put it underneath my house.
Yeah, yup.
I was like, y'all trifling. And then y'all got pets. How? They need to call Pete on people like that.
Yep.
That's crazy. Let's finish. I think there's only like 20 seconds left.
In early November, as more investigation is underway.
Homicide is here, and they're going to do a thorough investigation like they always do.
And late this evening, we did also reach out to the lawyer representing the landlord in this eviction case, but have not yet heard back. In Detroit, I'm Brett Cast, 7 News Detroit.
Yeah, I want to follow that. I want to see what the actual dispute was.
I'm sure the investigation gonna show that for sure.
Yeah.
Like once I get an update, I definitely post it. We got a couple comments. Let me see. My sister evicted some tenants. They got out a few days later. We did a ride by, and the tenant's sons was literally inside the house stripping the house. Oh, you going to prison?
Oh yeah.
That's stealing. That's theft. And I caught you. Jail for you. Talking about they claim they mama paid for the furnace. Now, what tenant you know pay for a furnace? Exactly.
Right.
That's crazy. That's why you got to secure these houses, man. I'm telling you, and it's the winter time. I know my side chick moved every year in February. Sound about right.
Yeah, he said when she get them taxes.
That's crazy. This was a good show. We gotta do this again. What we gonna do it like weekly, monthly? It don't matter to me.
Yeah, we can set it up. I'm down for weekly. It's enough cases out there.
We got enough to do for life, probably.
I want to see how many more judges get called a bitch on live Zoom like that.
And don't get put it. Well, I guess not handcuffs, but in a case like that, I guess they would go to their house and get them.
Yeah, yep. I did see one court case where it wasn't a landlord tenant case, but they was when they got off, the judge told the sheriff or whoever was there, go pick them up, like they did something. I forgot what the scenario was, but yeah, they can send the people to come get you.
I guess they just wait on you because what if they just leave? Like, oh, they said come pick me up.
You know what? So you know how they suing all these people for stuff they did back 20, 30 years ago? I wonder if you can start suing tenants who didn't pay you back 20, 15, 20 years ago.
Only thing I know that could probably stop when you got the judgment of bankruptcy, but that only lasts so long though.
Right.
But see, that's why you as a landlord, they file bankruptcy, show up in court as a creditor. You'll still get paid. Most times they ain't gonna show up. Me, right there. Hello. Yes, this construction is here. How you doing?
Yeah, it's gonna get real crazy now because like they just updated the landlord rental ordinance.
Yeah, I seen that. I gotta go through it.
Yeah, so they say it's gonna be more protections for the tenants. So if y'all got properties out there, just fix them. Make sure you get your lead-based paint clearance. You register the property. So part of the issue is it's not so much the work being completed. First and foremost, it just at least got to be registered because you can get fined if it's not registered.
Yep.
The second part is compliance, right? Because once you register, they say, okay, you playing fair. Then when you bring it up to compliance, okay, you fully in, but it's gonna be tough, and this gonna make it even harder on tenants because some landlords just gonna get out altogether, and then you got landlords that's just gonna say, I'm selling, I'm not coming back to the market with any more properties, and then tenants is just gonna shorten the supply what's available with tenants, and the landlords that do stay in the game, they're gonna raise the rents.
That proved my point. Y'all gonna be homeless.
And then you can't do rent control because if in our area we're not used to rent control, but if you say there's rent controls and there's a limit on the rents that can be charged in any given area, then investors gonna put a limit on what they're willing to pay for properties, and that's gonna cause a market. It's gonna stall a market out. So we just got to be mindful and make sure it's a balance for both the landlord and the tenant side. But it's just so lopsided on the tenant side now because landlords get such a bad rap.
But see, that's why I see both sides of it, because you do got slumlords, and I do think it's more slumlords than good landlords. I really do believe that, just
Oh
from
yeah,
from what I see and from people I personally know. Because I have people begging me in my DMs to rent to them. First of all, I ain't got nothing for you to rent. Second of all, what I do got is gutted, and I need to rehab it. And once I do rehab it, I know I'm going to Section 8. I personally don't want to rent to nobody I know, because don't pay my rent. You about to see a whole different side of Asia. I'm not about to be your friend. I know I ain't coming to no more barbecues.
right.
Or I will come and serve you at the barbecue, because I'm petty like that.
Because you want your $8,000
on time, baby. And you ain't paying me no payment plans. Cause see, that's why I can't be no judge. I'm be like, well, Miss So and So, how much was your hair? How much was the nails?
Yeah, because yeah,
Priorities.
yeah. She had that 4,000 though.
I'm like, dang, what she do for a living to be? So you would. So what I hear from that is that you was able to pay the rent. You just didn't pay the rent.
Didn't pay the rent. Yeah. And even if she got sick, I mean, she should have showed up in court the first time, or had. She should have showed up in court the first time.
The friend lawyer on the side should have showed up on her behalf. Like, look, she's in court. Here's the proof. Here's her hospital. Something. The doctor, I'm sure, would have wrote you a letter or something.
Her hood attorney.
Yeah, her jailhouse attorney. That's crazy.
That was ridiculous.
Dope though, man. Any last words you got to say to these slum tenants and slum lords?
Pay your rent, get your house right. Landlords, keep your properties tight, and tenants, pay your rent on time, and everything will be all fair.
That's gonna be a good T-shirt. We should do those. Pay your rent.
Yep.
I think I'm gonna do that.
Pay your rent. Pay your landlord, not the hairdresser.
Pay your rent, not Jeezy tickets.
Right.
Cause he coming Friday.
Yeah, not Jeezy. Well, Frankie Beverly ain't gonna be here no more, but
no, that those people pay their rent. That's boomers.
Yeah, most of them.
They homeowners.
Yeah, they homeowners now.
Yeah, they homeowners, so they smooth. So Beyonce, that's the one people want paying their rent.
Oh yeah. Yeah, who was that was charged? Chris Brown was charging like $1,100 for a photo.
Yeah, right. Pay your rent instead of that.
Yeah, pay your rent.
That'll be a whole good series. Pay your rent instead of we just list them. That'll be a good one.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of pay your rent. Them Columbia 11 Jordans come out Saturday. Pay your rent instead of buying them J's.
Right.
But if you need to sell them new J's because you can't pay your rent, I wear a size 9.
We'll make a shirt say rent versus everything.
Rent before everything.
Yeah, rent before everything.
Yeah. Let's see, what's another? Pay your rent before that seafood boil.
Right. Yeah.
That's what everybody was doing during COVID. Dog, you couldn't find no Cardis. You wouldn't buy no Cartier frames, no buffs. You couldn't find them. You couldn't find no crab legs. You couldn't find anything that goes in the seafood bowl in the city.
Yeah, that's
crazy. Oh, no Challengers. If you wanted a Challenger or a Charger with that Hemi, that Scat Pack, you won't find one. Them boys was gone.
The Hellcats, none of that.
Gone. Nobody lot. Not even the lots up there on 8 Mile had them. Gone.
None of the B lots, right?
Oh, everybody was in Vegas, Miami, Atlanta, Houston.
Yep.
Everybody was gone. Like, that's crazy. Somebody
Every
said
city that was open.
Somebody said, yeah, then you see them on vacation and everything, right, with your rent money. That's why I don't need to follow none of my tenants. If they follow me, don't even tell me your screen name. Because if I gotta evict you, I'm about to be I Spy Private Eye, boy. I'm screenshotting everything. That's how I got my that first eviction I won some years back with that house on the east side. That's how I won. She want to be petty and send me a friend request trying to be funny. Oh, ha ha ho! I got the last laugh. I went and shot everything off that page and gave it to the judge.
Social media is a must.
Listen.
You definitely gotta look at their social media.
All day. That's the first thing I did. And then the ex-boyfriend, husband, whatever, he want to be petty, send me friend request too. Accept.
Yup. You definitely gotta follow on social media because that show you everything. All the parties at the house, the graduation.
You at work and you ain't got no job.
Yup, the prom send off, you ain't pay your rent, but that prom send off, everybody sharp. You done rented a Bentley.
Now that'd be a good show. Now you have to have your Second Amendment on you, but like showing how people get served. Oh my God, that would be a good show.
Yeah, yeah.
That would be good. I would definitely serve you at Mama and Papa 50th wedding anniversary. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Coming there with a gift too.
We used to watch. I forgot my man name. He was in Ohio. He was like a bounty hunter, and he was doing it the street way. Like, well, it was legit, but he was in the streets like Cleveland, and he was just kicking doors and go get people, and then he would show how he would set people up. Like he had a fake studio session. It was some weird stuff, but it was funny as hell. It was a black dude. It was Bounty something. I'm gonna look it up and find it for you.
Duh, it's this black dude. I think he might be in Cleveland or somewhere in the Midwest where he repo cars.
Okay.
Like his video crazy viral. Like each video get 1 million plus. The way he be repoing them be so funny. And then like let's say you late on your payment, right? But me and you beefing, but we still hanging out, but you don't know that I done tipped that the old boy done paid me. And now y'all at the gas station thinking that he came and repo. That jump be so funny. Like they was outside like a chicken place and he came into the car. And then he would show him when he went around the corner and gave my man however much he agreed to give him for the tip. Dog, I fell out laughing.
Yeah. You riding in a Hellcat with your boy, but you didn't tell them where to find him at.
Yeah, because he owed you some bread, so this how you get your bread back. I think it's genius.
Yeah, that's scantless, dog.
Very scary. You try to get beat up, bro.
Hey, you gonna get some people hurt after showing that on TV.
But I think he blurred the face out of the person who told. But
you know, like, if me and you on camera and we hanging out and they blurt your face out, I know it's you.
Right, you had that same outfit on yesterday, Red.
Yeah, I know what day we was hanging out when we was at Chicken Shack. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they blur your face out. I'm like, that's who I was with. And then they show you go around the corner and somebody pay you to pick up my Lexus or something or whatever. I know it was you. They gonna get somebody hurt doing that.
I gotta wait. I gotta go through my follows, what I follow. But dog, I was like instant follow. This is my kind of petty. They need to do the same thing like this. But you know what? That's how I got my first eviction. The dude didn't pay the babysitter or something like that.
Yeah.
And then he found my info out the blue, and I was like, "What you want?" He's like $100. Baby, go $250. Live your life. Treat yourself.
That's funny.
I was like, "You need an iPad?" I got an old iPad. He's like, "Yeah, my kids need an iPad." There you go. Treat yourself. I even got the charger, baby. Good looking.
So snitching is not. It's so everybody's snitching.
Listen, what Charleston White say? He said, "If you want your pockets to swell,
what was that song Pusha T had? Snitching stand for sorry nigga, I'm trying to come home. It's like sorry nigga, I'm trying to come home.
I heard that. I gotta go listen to that on Apple Music.
That's what snitch stand for. Somebody, it's Bounty Tank. That was the name of the dude. You gotta look him up on YouTube.
I'm about to right now too.
Yeah. He has some funny episodes.
Oh dang, he almost had 1 million followers on TikTok. Yeah, he out of Cleveland.
Yeah. Yep. You ever watch that? It's an attorney. It's a white guy. He do he a criminal lawyer, but he be reacting to like all the rappers that be he got a theme to say stop stealth snitching. Cause he be reacting to all the rappers how they be talking about killing people in their songs, but they really did it.
Whoa.
Yeah, he be giving a legal breakdown of it, like when they get caught up in all of that, and he be like, "Yeah, they used your song here was the lyrics. When you said you was gonna spin the block, that meant you was gonna go around the corner and shoot at him. Like, because he talked proper, but he know all the lingo, right?
Yeah, so he break it down.
Yeah, because he's actually a defense attorney. So when he started doing the show, it's funny. I'm gonna look at oh, she said Bruce Rivers. That's her name. She know all YouTube people.
All right, so this the TikTok dude. I mean Instagram. He out of Cleveland too, so I don't know what's going on in Cleveland.
Yeah, Cleveland.
Share screen. All right, so this is screen right, dog. This dude, I be cracking up.
This dude guy that got that tow truck that's all quiet.
But he repo.
Yeah, it's all automatic or something.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I be on here dying laughing late at night watching. That's why I be up late. When I can't sleep, I be right on his page cracking up. I don't remember which one that was though. Like he repoing somebody right now at the gas station. At least they got a full tank. And he quit.
Oh yeah, he's smooth.
I guess having your emergency brake on don't matter no more. But they probably ain't having on at the gas
station. Yeah. How much you charge? It really just depends on the vehicle, bro. Where is it? I got a truck, man. I need to move. Just take my number down right quick, bro.
Yeah, you could be trying.
I'm like in the middle of the repo right now.
You could be trying to distract.
0763. Evan. Yup.
He could be trying to distract my man.
Yeah, like I ain't got time for y'all, Jack.
And he filmed everything, which is smart, so they can't try to claim nothing. Is he gonna come out running? Oh, I thought he was gonna come out running.
Oh yeah, I seen that where people come running after the car.
Yeah, or won't get out the car, or they try to jump on the car or something.
Hey, I remember it like years ago. I remember I was down bad, and guy from I had a loan with Huntington Bank, and the guy Mr. Khan used to call me like, I'm gonna have to send the Sharks out this weekend. One time he left a message was like,
just pull up, don't pull right in his right.
He was like, Mr. Perryman, it's gonna be hard selling real estate without a car, right? Because I kept telling them I'm gonna pay next week because I'm thinking I'm gonna have a closing, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm gonna pay next week. But in my mind, I was like, let me take everything out of my car. Like, I don't want the baby seat in there. I don't want my briefcase, nothing, just in case. So back then, I always had that fear they gonna come get my car with something. I took all my CDs out and everything.
I never, do you remember what was this guy, Mel Farr?
Yeah.
With the kill switch. I'm like, that junk was smart, but also very illegal and dangerous.
Yeah, Mel Farr, superstar. He was one of the richest black men in America. Had one of the top, like Black Enterprise, I think had him one of the top black businessmen in America.
Did he used to play for the Lions?
Yeah, he played for the Lions. He was a retired football player.
Yeah, like dog.
Yeah, Mel Farr had it on lockdown as far as auto dealerships.
Sure did. Them boys was everywhere like liquor stores.
Mel Farr, superstar for a far better deal.
Right, yeah, because he used to have a cape on in the commercial.
Yeah. That's why I said, remember when we was at my birthday party and I was rapping?
Yeah.
And I said, y'all ain't never seen a nigga this fly since Mel Farr.
Yeah, I was like, damn.
Yeah, because he had the cape on. I was like, hey.
When you started rapping, I was like, oh shit, Reggie cold. I was in that boy like, hey. You got to throw your wife got to throw another party.
No, she don't. She did another surprise party that next day.
Yeah, I remember. I couldn't make it. I think I had like clients in town or something like that.
Yeah,
so y'all had to dress up that day.
Yeah, she had the hood party one day, and then she had some of my same people from the first day, but then she had all my like business people come to the next one. And I was like, damn, she know me very well because she had both sides of my life there.
Right.
That worked out good because some of the people the next day they would not have been at that first party.
Yeah, I was at the first one. I had a time over there in Chicago in the hood.
Yeah.
Between you and Emmy, y'all gonna keep somebody in the hood at an event.
Yep.
That's crazy. Oh, they said Bruce Rivers criminal lawyer reacts.
Oh yeah, that's the that attorney.
Oh, I gotta go subscribe to him too. Y'all done put me up on some new shows.
Oh yeah.
All right, dang. Any events, anything coming up, Reg?
Nah, I don't. Not that I can think of. We flying away. We going golfing next month in Florida. Then I'm going to Myrtle Beach. I'll be trying to get out the cold, hit some palm trees.
Dog, it had got so cold last year. I was like, dog, I'm out of here. I went to Cancun. Like I'm gone. Like I'm gone. My birthday coming up too. I'm
Right.
like I'm sick of this.
All you need is a week or two away.
I think I was home like Monday to Saturday. That was enough because by then I'll be ready to come home.
Yep. Help you reset and get your bones a chance to rest from all this cold weather.
You really sound like a seasoned man talking about bones.
Yeah. You know you can tell when people be like, it's gonna rain because my knee's shaking. I think I'm that old.
That's how my dad be. He be like, oh, I ain't come back up there till about April. He like, my bones can't take it.
Yeah. Be brutal.
But he a country boy anyway, so it makes sense.
Right.
Like when it snowed, what was that, a week or two ago? He had FaceTime, so I was walking around the backyard. He was like, I'm cold just looking at the screen.
That's funny.
You going to the New Orleans as we go? If the Lions make it?
Probably not.
I'm going.
Probably not.
No,
it's possible though, because I know that Houston game, man, when I say everybody I know was down there.
Dog, I seen so many tweets or whatever X is called now. People from Houston was like, in Detroit, please come back. It's boring now.
Yeah, what you call it? You know Marcus, right, Mr. Fix It?
Yeah, that's my dog now.
He had photos. If you follow him on Instagram and Facebook, he was on stage with Scarface and everything. I'm like, damn, I miss. Like they just turned up.
He showed me in class. Was it the day that he we figured out that we both knew you or whatever? He had showed me or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, dang, everybody was there. Like a lot of my cousins was down there. I'm like, dog, this is crazy. So I wonder if where they gonna do that at next. I mean, of course, if we go to New Orleans, they gonna do it there. But like Chicago will probably be a good one.
Yeah, there's some people going to Chicago, I know. But Chicago cold. I want to go somewhere where it's
warm. That's why Houston did good because it was cold here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, we go to New Orleans. I'm there. I got my room in Biloxi because New Orleans want ridiculous prices. And Biloxi ain't but 90 miles.
Nope.
So I'm out of here. What's that? Reggie's first party was at Mark's spot.
Yeah.
That's your wife, ain't it?
Yep.
Okay. I'm like, she sure know a lot about you, whoever this is. I'm like, that's your wife, I hope.
Get beat up.
I'm like, this your wife, I hope.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, thanks for tuning in. And yeah, we can talk, I guess, tomorrow about that duplex situation I was telling you about. And I think I'm trying to see if I'm about to go on and list Parker, man, because one minute people be like, yeah, I want to buy it, or then they want to invest or whatever. But I'm like, I know what's coming over there because I already see it.
Yeah, Mark got some investors that's buying they only buy multifamilies and they prefer to buy them. They pretty much prefer to buy them gutted or in bad shape, and they renovating them because most of the stuff that's already fixed up and performing, the price is just too high for them. Like the numbers are not making sense.
Yeah.
So
I got that one, and I got my clients with the one on Evergreen, so that's two.
Yeah.
One brick, one frame.
Yeah, and they spending money. They investing. They not cheap.
Yeah, because my plan is to hopefully sell Parker before March 31st because I owe 1 year back taxes. So I'm like, dang, let me start paying it come January.
Get that boy sold.
Yeah. So I'm gonna start paying on the taxes. I'm like, dang, I think I owe like $3,000.
Oh, that ain't too bad.
No, I'm gonna just do 1,000. Yeah. I already got the money set to the side. I just don't want to pull the trigger yet.
Pay $250 a month.
There you go. See if I can get on a bi-weekly plan.
Yeah, pay $250 a month and call the treasurer a dumbass.
I'm gonna get cussed out and get my house flagged.
Right.
I'll be the shoot. They'll probably Detroit petty. They'll probably come demo that boy.
Yeah.
I'll go pull a permit though.
That's crazy.
All right, Rez, but thanks for coming on. We definitely got to do this again. Keep this going.
Yep, I'll send you some, and then we'll put another date together and let the people know. And if y'all are interested in seeing more, if y'all got something that y'all want us to review, let us know.
Yeah, send it to us. We do it.
Yeah, we'll check them out.
But I'm definitely gonna follow up on that case from here, and my condolences to those people's family, because don't nobody deserve that regardless. Like, that's why I be telling clients, like, hey, just let the attorney handle it, man, because you gonna be too emotionally involved.
Yeah, just move and be done with it. And on the landlord side, hey, you gotta just know when to cut your losses. Like, either if you got your money and you got them out, or you just got them out and you got your house back. Sometimes you just gotta be happy with that. Because now nobody has the house, right?
Yeah, not everybody lost. You about to lose this house. Now you in jail, probably gonna get convicted. This family done lost a family member. Now they got to deal with all that because it could have been avoided on both sides, which is crazy. But from what some people was telling me that the tenant, I don't know if those paperwork was legit or what, but it's gonna all come out just like unfortunately the Eastern Market situation.
Right.
So we gonna see. All right, Reg, well, thank you and have a good night.
All right. See y'all next time. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. All the good stuff.
Yeah, for sure. We might have to do our own separate YouTube channel too eventually, I guess.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
All right, for sure. Have a good night.
All right, you too.
All right, bye. All right, y'all. Thanks for tuning in on the Instagram. Let me see what questions I got real quick. Hi, Dana. Cool. You just sent. All right, bet it up. But yeah, thank y'all for tuning in. This was hilarious. We definitely gonna keep this going. This was funny. But tomorrow I'll be back on here doing What Up Though Fridays. I gotta do it tomorrow because Friday I gotta go to a event. So I do it tomorrow and that'll be the last one for the year. So thank y'all for tuning in. Deuces.